Good morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we are on the day number 22nd of our class. So, till the time in the change management, what we discuss mainly about um, how to raise a change, like a normal change, I can say, via using portal. So, not sorry, I'm saying portal, via using models and via using legacy system. We see or we understand about the core fields available in the change form. Let me unmute you. No, I'm not. Yep, no, it's fine. Anthony, I can hear you. Maybe you can join from mobile phone, Anthony, if some issue with the laptop. Okay, so we saw about all these things, that what is a change form in the model state condition, model state, transition conditions, conflict, blackout window, maintenance window, risk assessment. Now, one thing is important more to be understand here, and that is called the pre-approved changes. Okay, pre-approved changes. Let me come here. Pre-approved changes, or we can say standard changes. What do you mean by the word pre-approved or the standard changes? Pre-approved changes are those changes which are already approved by the change team, and we can use, or we can, yes, we can use, I can say, as it is to deploy our changes. These are the, mainly what I can say, these are the changes which are very low risk in nature, and these are the changes which have a predefined implementation plan, predefined backout plan. Like if I say, can you give me a glass of water? Either you are in a hotel, either you are in your own home, either you are at some other place. Getting a glass of water is same. Pick up the glass, take a jug or the bucket, jug basically, or the utensil, pour the water in the glass and take it. Simple, right? It's a low risk. And now we start our kids teaching these things. Okay, can you go and get a glass of water for me? Can you get that fruit for me? Can you get this color for me? Can you get X or Y, Z for me? Where the nature of work, where the work or the way to do this part is almost same for every time. In the IT industry, in our change management, changes like doing the patching, reboot of the server are called the standard changes. But these need to be raised via the concept called the template. Because I'm saying that these are the pre-approved but with the standard implementation plan, which has a standard backout plan. So standard changes are always raised with the support of the template. But how to raise a template? Before it was template, we had to raise the proposal. Like husband and wife discuss, parents discuss with each other. Hey, our kids are getting younger now. Let's start teaching him to say hi, hello to anybody, if someone come at home. These are the proposals. Maybe I can say, no, no, no. We should tell him that how to speak in English. Why say no? That's too early. Wait, wait. So we are proposing the things to each other. Once that proposal get accepted, it become the template. Then what we say to everybody, or what we say to our kids, if someone come, hey, say hello to auntie, hello to uncle, right? So now in the same manner, let's come here now and see what practically I'm saying here. So if you see here, let's raise a standard change. And click on the create new. And let's put standard. So these are the templates. Hardware asset, server standard changes, network standard changes, or ACM index upgrade. If you click any of the standard, sorry, any of the template. So these are the category and these are the templates. Add a network switch to a data center. Okay. I click on this. And if you notice, when I click on this, I get few fields preloaded like this and read only as well. Means these things you cannot change because these are the coming from the template. Don't get confused that I'm talking about the model name. Model we can change. Templates we can't change because as I said, these are standard pre-approved. These are the pre-approved. I'm saying these are the standard implementation plan. This is a standard backout plan. This is a standard test plan. Either it's a younger, it's a elder. We teach our kids say hello to everybody. The same way he will tell to or say hello to everyone. Now the question comes how this template we can create. As I say, before the template, we have to be raise a proposal. So what we can go here and standard change proposals. This one. Till the time a proposal is not get approved, is not become standard. Sorry, it's not become template. I'm again repeating my words because these are so much confusion, guys. Till the time a proposal not get approved, it did not become the template. Once a proposal get approved, it become template. So journey of standard change will be like proposal, template, and change. So now let's come here and raise a proposal. You can click on the my proposal, you can click on the open proposal, or what we can do, you can click on the all templates. Multiple ways to do this part. Okay, so these are the templates given by service now. So what we can do, let go to standard change catalog. This is number one way. There are the multiple ways to do this part. This is number one way. You can go and click on the template management. It says what you want to do. You want to create a new template, you want to modify any template, or you want to retire any template. Remember the example of the knowledge article. You can create an article, you can modify an article, and you can retire the article. I say no, I want to go for the new template. Okay. Click. What is the template description? NG training. In which category you want to be show? I want to show under the standard changes category because these are the standard changes. Any information like now, oh, how our kids learn from us. They observe us. that someone came at home, father also say hello, mom also say hello. So this is saying, do you have any sample change which I can follow? When it go for the approval, where the change manager can see, okay, this is a change which we have deployed earlier. Now I am making this change as a standard change. So we can get a sample here. Let's say I want to say the template I'm raising is similar to these changes. Okay, good, and lock it. And here the things happen that when you are raising a proposal, what field you want to be filled automatically when I'm using these templates. So I said short description. LNG ITSM training. Let's say description. I want implementation plan should become like this. Backout plan should become like this. Test plan should become like this. Now Anthony has a question. Atul, why only these fields are coming? Why not other fields are coming? Because these are mandatory. If these are mandatory, then where it has been mentioned. So we will see now. So let's go here and open this standard change properties. And if you see here, we'll come back to that as well. Don't worry. If you see here, this is what it says. It says the default category should be the standard change. When you are raising a proposal, then these fields are mandatory. See, it is coming from here only. These fields are mandatory. Without filling this field, so if you say like this, request approval, it say these things must be provided. And how this will be coming? Because we have these fields are here mentioned. Under that, the same thing mentioned. That boss, once the page will be loaded, these fields should be populated. Oh, okay, this is for the record producer. We'll go that part as well. Okay, now let's come here and mention the assignment group. Let's say this change should be, because I'm saying it, that standard changes are the pre-approved and a standard way of working. It means everything should be same. Change management, justification, LNG risk impact, LNG. If you want to see more, you can go here. You can put justification is already done. Let's say description. Description already right? Let's say priority. Should be critical. Let's say risk, because in the standard change risk assessment not done. They are low in the nature risk value. Let's say 2. And now click on the save. When I click on the save, it gave me a proposal format now. Now Khalda is proposing to his father that she need a bike. So she provides few justifications. So this is a proposal description that I need a bike to go to school or the office or the college. All these things. And she is attaching few evidences. See, my friend X, my friend Y, my friend Z, my friend A, my friend B, everybody has a bike. And now click here. If you think that everything is good to go here, what we can do, let remove risk value. I'll not go take risk in it. Okay, and now I click on the request approval, because till the time proposal did not get approved, it did not become template. And to who will approving is, this will be approved by the change team, change management, or you can define the specific owner or the groups of the service CIS as well. Now it is in the in progress and scroll down. It going for the change manager approval. Now Anthony has another question. Atul, how the system will know that it is need to be go to this person, not to Ishwar, not to Khalda, not to me, not to you, not to Anuj. This we will see in the workflows after this part. So now let's approve this. Approval done. It's moved to the close state. Now if you go back here, change, create new, go to the standard change, go to the this one. Because we don't have any other category, we have only one category, that is this. If you click on this, my change will get raised. So now you can see. Now the second point, if a change has been raised via template, a standard change has been raised via template, I don't want user should make any changes in these fields where this thing has been defined. This thing again defined in the change properties, standard change properties. So scroll down and see. List of change request value, a field that user cannot specify via this. Means these are the fields a user cannot put while raising the proposal, because this can get changed anytime. Why you want to put the close code? Close code, maybe standard change get failed, and it happens. Standard change get failed as well. So there's a nothing big news that standard change cannot be failed. Standard change get failed as well. Okay. What fields a user cannot change when the change has been raised with the template? See. Here it is mentioned: description, backup plan, test plan, implementation plan. Description, backup plan, implementation plan, and test plan. Why? Because it's a standard. Why you want to change the justification? Why you want to change the test plan? When you say that it's a proper standard. Now if we say, if you talk about any religion, the words can be different to greet. The purpose is same. Like I say namaste, Khalda says salam, Venkat says vanakkam, Ishwar says, Ishwar, what do you say when someone say majam? Oh, this is in Marathi. How you say welcome?
Namaskar or Namaskar we generally say.
Namaskar. Basically, you in Marathi say namaskar, but in Hindi or in North we say namaste. So the way to greet is same, by folding the hands, and we welcome and we greet it. So it says, why you want to change the test plan? It's already pre-approved. Don't change anything. So these things can be marked as a restricted in the properties. In the standard change, the good point is that a lot of things deal on the property level. Then if I am raising a change, sorry, I'm raising a proposal from the change. Now let's say I deployed this change. Let's say not standard. This says I want to make the proposal from this change. So right click and propose a standard change template. Click. When I'm proposing it, few fields get copied like this. And what are the few fields? This is coming from this property. This is coming from this property. Okay, we can create the template for the standard change task as well. So like I'm raising this as a proposal, right? This one. Oh, this one. So if you scroll down, once you save this, let me save this only. Not I'm not submitting it for the approval. I'm saving it. So you'll get this option. Whenever I raise a standard change, I want the task should be get generated with the same template. So we can create standard change templates, task template as well. Okay. So this is a little bit about from the standard change perspective. Now, one thing which we missed out or not missed out, which is related to this part. We say in the beginning of the change is that a standard change can be raised by the end user as well, by the service portal. So how it can be raised? 18/SP. And let's go here, catalog, browse category. And here you can see a category called standard changes. When you click on this, you can see options are there. Let's say network standard changes. So where we are now, we are using this. We created this as a catalog item. And we are here now and click on the submit. When I click on the submit, this particular template will get open. Here you can go. As a user, I can fill this detail and I can click on the save. My standard change will be get raised. Which is required, you can fill, which is not required, you can skip it if it is not mandatory. So this is the another way to raise standard change. Or if you come here, if you go here, standard change, if you click on the open proposals and you can click on the new same screen, you will get it here as well. The only thing is that in this, okay, yep, same thing. In this also you get the categories as well. So you can define and you can do it your work. Means 2-3 ways to create a template. Clear? Any doubt, any question? Any doubt, guys? You guys speak.
No, no, Atul.
Good. Now let's move to the next important part, which is the key of this particular concept. We see, let's go and raise a change now so that we can see how things work. So let's say I'm going to be raise a change. Create new normal change. Okay. I'll put LNG ITSM training. This I'm just raising a change because now we are moving to the second step of the change management. So first basic things has been done, that how a change can be raised. Let me put schedule for 8th and 16th. Okay, let me put assignment group change management. Let me put this priority is this. Okay, impact will come automatically and click on the save. Okay, now let's do the risk assessment. Critical, complex, yes, difficult, and submit. Change has been raised, risk has been high. Priority is 1, impact is 3, and done. Let me save this. Now, let's say Anthony is raising this change. Anthony is a requester. He is raising this change. He fill all the details and it says to Khalda, Khalda is our change manager. Khalda, I'm done. I put all the information as required. Okay. Can I ask for the approval now? Khalda says yes. So Anthony click on the request approval. As it is a normal change always go to the assess phase. Always go to the assess phase. Assess is a phase where the approval started. In the assess phase, approval can be go to the technical teams. Approval can be go to the application teams. Approval can be go to the peers as well. But how approval triggers? So now if you see here that how the system know that I have to be go to this. Why friend is going pre-approved? Maybe I have done some changes. So now you can see that this is going for the change manager approval. Question come from where these approvals are triggering. This is the next point we have to be see. From where this approval are triggering now. Right? So to do this part, we have to be go a little bit more in the depth. Every change which we are raising either has been associated with the flow or with the workflow. Flow is the latest concept, so mainly for the change models, flow has been used. For the normal change, legacy changes, the workflow has been used. So you can click here, show workflow. And you can see that this much workflow has been defined. So we started from here. We've done our part and we are now moving to assess. Assessment has been done. It has been requested. Once a change has been requested, it is going to the change approval policy. Now let me do one thing. Let me open this workflow in the workflow editor. Easy to understand rahega hamare liye. And what is the workflow name? Is change request normal. This one. So this is a workflow. Now if you see that once the change moved to the new state, assess state, it triggers the approval. How the system will know? System will know that which approval is required via the help of the change approval policies. Change approval policy. So it is an activity available in the workflow that we can design our change approval policy, and it say what is the policy name is. What is this workflow name, activity name? Technical approval. And here it says go and follow the change, normal change policy. No coding has been done here. Nothing. If I check, let me check out this so that we can understand, right? This one. In this workflow activity, this thing has been mentioned that what policy you want to be follow. Let me put double star. So total we have 4 policies. Emergency change, example, normal change, and the simple. I said, boss, follow the normal change policy. Anthony is happy. Wow, Atul. Only these 3 words English, my work has been done. No, never. Now let's go to this part and open the change approval policies. This one. Open it in the other window. And here the magic start. So we are referring to this policy because if you see these three words cannot define anything. It means there must be a logic has been written in these three words. And to understand that logic, come here. And this is the place where the magic has been written. It has two inputs and four decisions. Number one, it says change request, that I want to trigger this approval for the change request only. I said yes. Which change? Which is coming from the upper part, like this one. This one, which you are raising it. And second part, which is still doubtful for me, is called manager approved. No idea that how it's work. I try to understand this part as well in my time, in my learning as well, but did not get success. So I consider that okay, this needs to be done. So these are the inputs that how a policy will be triggered. A policy will be triggered if it has a change request number and it has a manager approved as a false. Means maybe the request manager did not approve this change. But questions still remain. Atul, I want to understand that how this change manager get populated. This is the main thing for us to be understand, right? So for this, let's come here and open the decision. Total 4 decisions I mentioned. Requires CAB approval, low risk, technical approval, and blackout window. Means like I'm in a habit. I have a different friends from the different community. Few from the Muslim community, few from the Marathi community. I have few friends from the South Indian community as well. So if I met with them, I try to greet them with their own in their own words. Like I have a student. Whenever we discuss anything on the WhatsApp, I always start with the salam, and she also say me salam only. My kid has a friend in school now here. They are from the South India, and we say Vanakkam like this. So it means in the different conditions, I want to trigger different approvals. And to trigger that part, we have 4 different conditions here. So let's say this one, assess technical approval. What it says, if change in the assess state, I want someone need to be approved. Now, who is that someone? We defined here, this is the someone. Array, Atul, what is this? That is cheating. This is a read only. Let me open this in the new record. So what we do, we have to be define the change approval definition. This one, change approval definition. Change approval. This one, approval definitions. Same window will open here. So we have these approval definition. In this approval definition, I have assignment group approval, assignment group manager approval. I have a CAB approval. I have a Fred's approval. Maybe okay. This is what how this user is coming. Fred UD is coming for the approval because it triggers from this part. So what we say, if my change in the assess state, I want it should be approved by the assignment group approval. And how it's come to know? It will go here and open this. How system will know that I have to go to assignment group? It is mentioned here that you want a group approval or you want the auto approved. I said I want to be a group approval or the user approval. I said approval. Where you want approval? I want approval on the change request table. Definitely I'm on the change. And here you define which group you need approval. And I said I need approval from the assignment group. Clear? So we click on the assignment group. Now the question comes, how many approvals you needed? I'm not sure that if have you heard my previous session on the request management, but I follow one approval, one example. Khalada want to purchase a bike. She put a proposal in his family. In the family, 5 people are there. Khalada, his sister, brother, mom, and dad. Now the question comes, if father says yes, no approval required from anybody else. If father or if mother says yes, no approval required from anybody else. So here we have to be defined that what you want. You want to wait only for the first response. It can be approved without anything. Or you need all approvals that everybody should approve. Or you need a percentage of user. I want 30% user need to be approved from that particular group. This thing happened. I work with a client where this risk is high. Then they say that a group 80% people need to be approved from that group to make sure that it has no bad impact. So in our case, we say only first response and we define it here. And then when we save it, it triggers the approval in this way. Now how the Fred is coming? Let's come here and see. Fred approves. See, it's auto approved. No conditions are required. It's auto approved. Or let's see how it's be getting at auto approved. Come back here. So this is the first condition. See, this is what Fred approval. What it says, blackout window. If change conflict status is true, then I need Fred approval, and Fred approval is a auto approved because it says it considers the approve. It did not say I need approval. It says predefined approval. If you want to put user, you can put it here and you can put the username. Then it will go for the Fred Ludy approval. Now, if I go here and click on the approve. Let me open this change. And open this change. And now you can see my change in the authorized state. And to whom approval is waiting? It's waiting for the cab approval. Now what happened? Where we were here, right? Let me refresh this page and I'll show you. See, we reach on this part now. This has been done. This has been done. Now we're on the authorized state. In the authorized, same thing will happen. Let's come here. So we are on this part. This thing. Now in the authorized, what they mention? They mention go and follow the same policy, normal change policy. Okay. System will go here. And it will follow this thing. Normal change. Okay, sorry, normal change is this one. This one. Under this, it go and open this cap. What is the condition? Condition says change in the authorized and the risk is either high, either moderate. Then it should go to the cab approval. So system understand this. And now if you come here, And if you open this cab approval, it says only first response. So if I go here and let's say I'm approving on behalf of Con Catering, approval has been done. Change open. So now you can see my change moved to the schedule. Now the question comes, Atul, can we have more than one approval? Yes, we can have more than one approval. But to do this part, you have to be create different decisions. In a single decision, you cannot add more than one group. So if you open this, let's say require cab approval. See, only one group is there. If I want that there's a risk group as well, they need to be approved. Create a same approval, create a same decision with the same condition and put that group name here. Your work will be done. So by this way, the approval policies work in change management. One more thing which we missed out, I guess. Go back here. This one. How the execution happen. In the execution, two things are there. Do you want to run this policy for all the conditions which we have mentioned here? Or you want to run this policy when the first decision matches? Like, okay, this decision match, go ahead. So generally we say we want to run this policy for the all the decision. So that first it check this, then it check this, and that is it, the order is 0. Because I want everything need to be done. Every condition need to be checked. Clear everybody? Anthony, Khalda. Tell me Venkat, Anthony, Khalda, Ishwar.
It's fine, Atul.
It's complicated, but not that much. Okay. Now,
Need to be practiced, Atul.
sorry.
I'm saying need to be practiced.
Yes, yes. It more than its practice, you have to be go and check the out of the box policies first. That how this has been defined, and that you will able to learn only when you are raising a changes. Raise a normal change with the low risk. There's a normal change with the moderate risk. There's a normal change with the high risk. And see that to whom its approval is going on. Open the workflow and then check. So this part which we saw is coming from the flow, sorry, workflows. As I say that there are the flows also available. If I'm raising a change from the change model, it gets associated with the flow. So now let's put little time to understand on the flows as well. Flow designer. In ServiceNow, specifically in the flow part, I can say it give a lot of new functionality to us. So what you can do, you can go and search here as a change. And ServiceNow provide me these many flow. Change emergency authorize, change emergency implement. So in the workflow, everything has been defined in a one place. But in the flow designer, for every phase, we have a different flows. Like if you can see, change normal assess, change normal authorize, change normal implement. So if I want to work on a normal change, will pass to assess, authorize or implement, then I have these flows will ready. Why these three different stages? Because as I say, maybe my risk is a low risk. It don't require a CAB approval. It means I can bypass the authorized state. Then in the workflow, I have to define the specific conditions. But here, I will not use this part. I'll use assess and implement. My work has been done. So let's try to be open and see this part. Okay, let's say this one. Normal change assess. This particular thing is important from the examination perspective. So what it's saying, we are going to be create a workflow for we are going to be create a flow for our request management. These are three things, or mainly so two things: trigger and action. Trigger means on which particular record, on which particular table you want to trigger this particular flow. Like I say, this need to be trigger. Okay, it's okay. Yeah. This need to be trigger where the model name is normal change and state is assess. Okay. So how the system will know? System will know that if I'm raising a change from the model, which is model name is normal change, and my state is assess, then this should run. Okay, good. This is the trigger point. Now, what is the next point here? If trigger has been done, what need to be do? Let's close this. Then it come to the action. It says do the things in the parallel manner. What to do the parallel manner? Go and check this approval policy. Now the question comes, Atul, do we need to be write this thing? No. ServiceNow provide these actions automatically. Now this is the read only. Let me do one thing. Let me deactivate so that I can show you. Okay, now it's a deactivated. So if you come here, let me scroll down. Okay, we don't have an add option here. Inactivate. Let me reload this because it's showing read only, but in the bottom it shows alert. It's showing on the read only. Arey yaar. Why it's not allowing me to do? It's saying publish, not test. Maybe it's out of the box, so it's creating this issue. Okay, so in the let me do one thing. Let me open my workflow in the parallel manner just to show you. Okay, so like trigger, we have what we have. Create. If you want to create any record, but here what is the trigger? The trigger is change request created. So we can go here. Okay, create, that's fine. In the change request table. Okay, and here you can mention the condition like model name. This one is, let's say LN. Okay, so I can put my trigger condition here. And if you go to the action, you can see what action I need. I need an action which is called approval policies. So I can put here and see, do we have anything called approval policies? Yes, apply change approval policy. It means system already written the code for this one. We have to be just define the approval policy, and now you can see the same approval policy which we saw just now. This one, normal change. On which change you want to be approved or you want to be applied? I say a change which has been raised just now in the previous step. Manager approved, I said false. I'm still not getting that what is the meaning of this major approved. And click on the done. So what system will do? This will be trigger. It will go back and open this policy, which we just saw, and bring the approval in the change for us. Okay. Now, this is what called the action. Action has three things. One, action has an input. What is the input? This is the input is going. Second, action is like a reusable steps. If you want to make or if you want to use this step again, you can go and put in the other change as well. Sorry, other flow as well. And every action has a output. Right? Input, steps, and the output. So like if I click here action and I can click on this action and I can put search for the ITSM. This one. These are called the spokes. Spokes means like something pre-written code for me. So I can do assignment group update. I can do approval, apply change approval policy. I can cancel the change task. I can create the change task. So the same thing which we had done. Create change task on the change. Okay. Done, my work done. On which change? The change which has been just raised. Okay. To whom it should be assigned? Assigned to this group. So these are in the actions we do the actual work. In the next part, or if I say here, this is called the flow logic. If this condition match, only then go to the approval. In the flow logic, we have if then else loop. We have done that particular part. In the subflow, something which is already written, I want to call it in my part. Like if some guest came to my house, they came for the tea and tea time. It doesn't mean that I will just only serve the tea. It means that once if anybody come at my home for the tea time, I need to be served the water as well. And water is a subflow. So if you want, you can use a subflow here as well. Let's say something like chain task do we have? Or like password reset, change implementation. I have a subflow. Everything is there. I have to just put the data pill and my work has been done. So in this part, if you see, ServiceNow has given us three different flows. One for the assess phase, where it go work on the change approval policy, update the change, evaluate the change model. What they're evaluating? If rejected, send an email and flow finish. Okay, that's fine. Work done. So it's a rejected, reject all of the or disregard all of the change approvals and close it. But this thing need to be done only for the assess phase. If my change move to the authorized phase, then what do we do? Go and open this. Change normal authorize. This one. Same thing be happening here as well, but different conditions are there. Go to the change approval policy, see what approval policy is saying. Same, go to this, check these things, done. This thing we have done in the workflow, in a single workflow, this all steps has been done. But ServiceNow say in the change model, maybe you don't want to the authorized state, maybe you don't want the assess phase, you want starting from authorized only. Then it is tough for you to do the coding. Better create the four separate flows and use it in the different points. Now, if you see here, let me come back here and open this change. Okay, this approved. Now let me click on the implement state. My change implementation has been started. But if you notice here, it has two tasks created. Did we create this task? No. Then how these tasks are coming? Check the workflow. So scroll down here.
Atul, these workflows are out of box or
These are the out of the box.
Okay.
So this, see, this is here. Change request, normal task. This is a workflow activity has been given defined. In the same thing, if you see here, let's come back here and see change implement. This one, normal change implement. If you see this flow, the task get created. Maybe in one of my model, I don't want a task. Then why should I use this flow? It from authorize to schedule to review. I don't want to be implemented. So this is what the benefit has been given by ServiceNow. That if you want, you can create the different flows as per your requirement, because you're using the models, you're not using the legacy system, and the model give you the flexibility to create as per your requirement. New assess, schedule, implement, review, close. New authorize, implement, review, close. New implement, schedule, new implement, review, close. So if you want to do a non-standard state transition, then better go for the models only, not for the legacy system, because in the legacy you have to be define a complete flow once again, end-to-end flow. Sorry, workflow. But in the flow, if you're using the model, you can define as per requirement. I want the task need to be created in this new state only. No problem. Create your own flow and create the task in that flow only. Don't create for the, or don't use the implement one. Clear everybody, any doubt? Any doubt, any question, any clarification required? Anybody? Khalda, Ishwar, Anthony, Venkat. Good. I'll not proceed further now. Okay. With this, our two major concepts of change management has been completed. One, which we saw in the beginning, is change approval policies, and second, these flow models, flow designs. Please have a look at least in the out of the box functionality. Otherwise, you will forget everything if you did not open it. And if you understand, try to build it as well. Do little R&D, raise a change with the legacy system, raise a change with the models, and see how it's be working, how it's behaving, what flow it is be calling. And then you will come to know that how it is working together. Chili, any last question before I close the recording here? Okay, let me take